In 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay. Well, hello and welcome to Saturday Night with J3. As a Kriegsman, I have an extreme fetish for gas masks and shovels, and as a Kriegsman, not Kriegsman, fuck. Space Marine, I just like murdering people. So we are joined by Lehman Russ and his two daughters. How are you today?
Good.
Alright. So, as I can see, you have a mix of, both space wolves with helmets and ones with actual faces. How did you come across the person who was able to make the faced people?
I ran into a person named Kurgrim who made a bunch of avatars, and he made a bunch of game rips that were literally just faced avatars. Asked him if he could rip anything from that Space Wolves game, and he started tearing out every single Space Wolf avatar he could find, with a good amount of them having no head or helmets. So we started adapting to those ones.
So, how has it been with what would you say it's like in the life of a space wolf?
Like how it's been going with us in our chapter?
Yes, essentially.
Very well, actually. We've been recruiting members all this time. We just recruited technically a new one that's sitting up in the stands. But I think it's been going pretty well. I've been having a lot of fun running this chapter and making them improve further past most chapters. I know that there's some chapters out there that are still strong, and we still have goals to get past them if we can. But we've been improving very quickly.
Nice. Let's see. So, how many battles, PvP events has your chapter been to?
7 for right now. I didn't have plans to do many events right now until after I felt like everyone was properly trained. But out of those 7, we have not lost one yet.
Nice. So, not essentially on a scale of 1 to 10, but how well would you say your chapter worked together?
10. They may go wild at first before the fight starts, but as soon as the fight starts, they're all just coordinating with each other, literally ripping and tearing into everyone that comes after them. There was a chapter I won't name that the first time they did a joint training with us, I had done a chapter versus chapter, and oh my goodness, I felt so bad watching them die.
Oh, man.
I felt so bad for that chapter.
Alright. So, let's see. Do you guys primarily do trainings with, bolters and such, or have you started training them in, melee combat with, say, chain swords, Necron axes, or any of that shit?
My boyfriend does the sword training and the melee combat. I train all of them into mainly just gun use of, basically any Imperial-styled weapon. Guardian Sphere, bolters, Stalker bolters, heavy Devastator bolters, everything.
Ah, I see. Okay, yeah, that's fun. So let's see. Wait, how exactly did you, since you joined the Withers and Reapers 40K community, did you always want to start up a Space Wolves chapter, or was it something before?
If honestly, I was a Space Wolf fanboy basically since 2011, back on the old Warhammer 40K Space Marines game. I was looking for something. I was looking at chapters, thinking they're all interesting, and then my friend had read to me the lore of the Space Wolves, and I was like, you know what? I like what I hear. So during all this time on here, when I met the Warhammer community, I was driven from Ludwig's after finally meeting the band. Met Burke, talked to him about how much I adored the Space Wolves chapter, and he asked me right there and then, after a little while, but he asked me right after a certain point, like straight up, do you want to be the Primarch of the Space Wolves? And I immediately said yes to it.
Nice. Let's see. So, are there any like specific things you enjoy about the Space Wolves more than other things about them?
Vikings. I love the story behind Lehman Russ and the things he's accomplished. I love the story of Ragnar Blackmane. I don't think a single thing I don't love about the Space Wolf chapter. At first, people will probably just assume as just psycho barbarians, but it's not always that. There's a lot more to the chapter, and it's awesome about them.
I mean, if you've taken a look at some of their lore, for example, the Month of Shame.
I know, they do look like just psychos and then just barbaric and Vikings. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool at times when you think about the Viking part.
Yeah, but to be fair, the Inquisition literally just said, "Hey, can my hand work? Thank you." Basically, as far as I know, the Inquisition said, "Screw you, death." That's essentially.
Yes, well,
man, my fine.
To me, Space Wolves have a lore that I care deeply for, more than even being as an idea of the Emperor. The Emperor is an awesome idea, and the lore behind him is awesome, but nothing will ever stray me from the Space Wolves chapter.
Yeah.
Not a single thing.
Actually, there are a few unique things I quite enjoy about the Space Wolves, like how they won't be able to have successor chapters. I quite like that they stayed as a singular chapter. I feel like that was a good move, mainly just because.
Yes. They do have companies in that, which I very enjoy lores about. And a lot of the companies are pretty cool. I do enjoy that one of their main things is that without helmets on, they are superior to normal Space Marines because of their wolf DNA. They have even more enhanced sight, smell, taste, and all that kind of normal stuff compared to even a normal Space Marine would.
Yeah,
they're a violent PvP combatant.
Yeah. I feel like something fun to add would be maybe just like, I don't know if this could actually work or not, but maybe just like, I know there was one map that had a Space Wolf shields, so that was fun, but it was a private map, so I couldn't make it. It's like, that's it.
Well, if someone ever decides to make us a map of our home, then I would greatly appreciate them for every second of the day for being kind enough to give us the home what we looked for.
Yeah.
It doesn't be crazy, but it can be as simple as a Space Wolf home can be. Just a meat hole and some snow.
Hell yeah. Honestly, I feel like, as, think back to the present, Lehman Russ, he's not dead. That's an accomplishment. Looking at you, Ferris. But anyway,
nope. He's not a dead man, he's just lost in the war after snapping Magnus's spine over his knee.
He just pulled a Bane.
Yep. One of my members, Ragnar Blackmane, basically hurled a spear right into his fucking eye. And when he was trying to heal himself, Lehman just picked him up and finished the job to keep him down.
Honestly, I could just, see Lehman just picking up Magnus and yeet.
Oh, I can definitely see it. Every second of it, I love the idea of this blonde psycho literally just lifting a red man above his body and breaking his back over his knee.
Yeah. I do remember one time, or actually pretty recently, when I came over, how did you find that
might work for the Space Wolves home. He pulled it up and we walked in, and we were just kind of chilling that whole time, like discussing whether we liked it or not. I loved the idea of it. I didn't really care about the flags because they didn't bother me, but for what it was for a Space Wolf home, it worked perfectly well for it. I don't know how he found it, but he looked it up. We were looking for a home.
Yes. Well, I guess if it is all, then I guess that's it for shit.
I know there's not a lot of questions to ask us since we're a very secluded chapter, so no one knows what much we're doing, but we usually just kind of keep to ourselves like Vertigo does and kind of work. We work hard every day. Every one of my members that I'm always proud of to call one of my chapter members, I see every day, and I get to train them and give them more knowledge and strength on how they can beat other chapters.
Yes. I do apologize if for the lack of questions. Like you said, your chapter is very secluded. I can basically understand that because, you know, it's your chapter.
It's just my soul. Yeah, its sole purpose is my chapter, and to make sure they just get what they need.
Yeah. Well, if that is all, I believe that is the end of today's episode for Saturday night with J3. Lehman Russ, Fancy, and I can't see your name.
Puppet.
Fancy, Lehman, and Puppet, thank you for coming out tonight. It's been an honor talking with you about things.
Yes,
and yes.